There is a story I have carried with me for many years. It is not a beautiful memory, but it is the most valuable lesson of my life. It happened at a professional conference in the heart of the United States, where I had lived and worked for more than 15 years. I was standing there, surrounded by brilliant minds. They were discussing a subject I was deeply passionate about, a field I had devoted my entire youth to studying. So many ideas, so many thoughts were pressing inside my mind, urging me to speak up. But in the end, I did not say a single word. Do you know that feeling? The feeling of standing in the middle of an ocean of knowledge, but being unable to swim. The feeling of having thousands of things to say, but having an invisible rope tied tightly around your throat. I just stood there, silent, and when the conversation ended, I was left alone with regret. Regret for not daring. Regret for dropping the chance to shine, to be myself. That is the pain of so many people learning English. Not the pain of ignorance, but the pain of helplessness. When you have everything in your head, but not enough courage to turn it into words. If you have ever felt this way, I want to tell you this. You are not alone, and this is the reason I made this video. I do not just want to help you learn how to speak. I want to help you find your voice again, the voice of confidence, the voice of pride. Join me on this journey. I will not just give you dry communication tips. I will hand you the key to unlock the door of confidence so you never have to regret being silent again. Maybe you are wondering, what exactly was that invisible rope that once tied my throat and may be tying yours right now? It is not simply the fear of making a grammar mistake or using the wrong word. Those things we can fix. The biggest barrier, the strongest wall I want to talk about, lies deep inside our minds. It is the fear of being judged. We grow up with an invisible pressure to be perfect. And when learning a new language, that pressure becomes terrifying. Our brain starts an inner battle. It whispers, "What if I say something wrong and they laugh at me? What if they think I am weird? What if they think I am less capable?" And the moment those thoughts flood in, you freeze, like a deer caught in the headlights. You have so much to say, but fear takes over your body and mind, leaving you frozen. The irony is that fear often only exists in our own head. Most listeners do not care about your small mistakes. They care that you are trying to connect, that you want to share. They respect your courage. So before we talk about communication tips, I want you to understand one core truth. Confident communication does not mean never making mistakes. Confident communication means daring to make mistakes and learning from them. It is the process of courageously breaking through your own wall, so your words can become a bridge, not a fence. Now, let us discover together how we can break down that wall. The first key does not lie in the vocabulary you memorize, but in your mindset. I call it the art of shifting your mindset. Imagine your mind as a garden. If you plant seeds of fear and worry, you will harvest silence and insecurity. But if you plant seeds of confidence and belief, you will grow a radiant garden full of meaningful conversations. Here is a small exercise I often give my students. Instead of telling yourself, "What if I say something wrong and they laugh at me?" immediately shift that thought into, "This is a chance to learn something new." Instead of thinking, "I look so silly speaking English," affirm, "I am being brave by sharing." Remember, perfection does not exist in communication. Every mistake is a stepping stone on your journey. Alongside the power of your mind, your body also plays an unexpectedly important role. Body language is the most honest translator of your inner state. Standing tall, opening your shoulders, and smiling. These simple actions not only make you appear more confident to others, but also send signals back to your brain, making you feel stronger. A genuine smile is a greeting that requires no words, a passport into any conversation. Try it right now. Relax your shoulders, stand up straight, and smile at yourself in the mirror. Do you notice a small difference? See, just one small action is enough to begin a great journey. If mindset is the first key, then the second key is the art of leading the conversation. Many people fear small talk, as if it were an empty street. But I see it as the first notes of a love song. It is not meaningless chatter. It is the magical bridge where two souls find each other. So, how can you become the conductor weaving those notes? 1. The art of observing with the heart. Before speaking, pause. Do not just look at life with hurried eyes. Observe it with your heart. If you see someone reading a book, do not only ask for the title. Feel the passion in their eyes. Say, "Your eyes are sparkling while you read that book. I am curious. What drew you in so deeply?" If you notice someone wearing jewellery, do not just ask about the price. Sense the story behind it. Say, "That bracelet of yours is beautiful. It must hold a special story, right?" When you observe with your heart, your words become authentic and meaningful, opening a door others will want to step into. 2. The strategy of planting seeds with questions. Here is a rule I always keep in mind. Do not ask just to get information. Ask to plant a seed of emotion. Instead of asking, "Do you like your job?" ask, "What part of your job makes you feel most alive and passionate?" Instead of asking, "Are you happy?" ask, "What painted that smile on your face this week?" Such questions do not just open an answer. They reveal an inner world, a story you are invited to hear. 3. The secret of listening like a soulmate. This is the biggest secret. Communication is not a speaking contest. It is a dance that requires harmony between two souls. When someone speaks, listen with your full presence. Do not only hear words, feel emotions. Notice whether their voice lifts with joy or falls with sorrow. Then respond with understanding. Sometimes a simple sentence like, "I see, that sounds wonderful," or "I can feel your heart in that," is enough to create an invisible bond, stronger than any words. When you listen like a soulmate, you no longer worry about what to say next. The story flows naturally, and confidence comes to you in the most natural way. These strategies are only the beginning. Now, let us go deeper into the mistakes we must avoid so we do not accidentally rebuild the very wall we just broke. We have learned how to build confidence, but it is equally important to recognize the invisible traps that can destroy your efforts. Sometimes, knowing what not to do is just as valuable as knowing what to do. 1. The trap of over-explaining. After you say something, do not rush to add too many details or keep apologizing. This does not make your story better. Instead, it sends the message, "I am not sure about what I just said." Your words lose weight, and the listener senses your lack of confidence. Instead of saying, "Oh, I am sorry for interrupting, but I think," "I am not sure, but maybe," be simpler and stronger. "I have an idea about this." Say clearly what you mean. Then stop. Trust that your words have value. If others need more, they will ask. 2. The trap of talking without listening. Communication is a dance, not a monologue. Some people, too afraid of silence or too focused on planning their next line, forget to listen to the other person. At that point, you are not really having a conversation. You are just waiting for your turn to speak. This creates shallowness, making the other person feel disrespected. Remember, listening is also communication. Focus on their story, their voice. Let them be the center of the conversation for a few minutes. Your genuine attention is the greatest gift you can give. 3. The trap of avoiding eye contact. Eyes are the windows to the soul. If you avoid eye contact, you build another invisible wall. The other person may think you are not interested or hiding something. You do not need to stare. Just keep your gaze natural and warm. When they talk, look into their eyes. When you talk, look into their eyes. Eye contact creates a strong bond, showing sincerity and confidence. Recognizing and avoiding these traps will help you not only communicate better, but also build stronger, deeper relationships. Now, let us learn the secret to ending a conversation gracefully and leaving a good impression. At this point, we know how to start a conversation, keep the rhythm, and avoid the pitfalls. The final step, just as important, is the art of closing with grace. Nobody wants to be stuck in a never-ending talk or leave awkwardly. A beautiful ending leaves a positive memory, a sweet aftertaste. 1. The door of a polite excuse. One of the easiest ways is to gently mention your next plan. It creates a light exit without hurting the other person. It was great talking to you, but I should probably get back to my work. Time really flew. I need to meet a friend now. It was so nice meeting you today. 2. The kiss of appreciation. After giving your reason, leave a sincere compliment or word of gratitude. It was wonderful talking. Thank you for sharing such interesting things. 3. The promise of the future. If you want to talk again, leave a hint. Let us continue this conversation another time. See you soon. By combining these, you not only end politely, but also leave a lasting impression. And now, I want to share with you the greatest secret of all. Every tip, every question, every technique means nothing if you lack one core thing: genuine presence. You cannot just listen with your ears. You must listen with your soul. Do not let your mind wander, thinking about what you will say next. Live fully in that moment with the person in front of you. Feel their story. Connect with their emotions. When you are truly present, you will never worry about what to say. Words flow naturally from your heart, because you truly understand and connect. Confidence is not a jacket you put on. It is the natural light that shines from your sincerity. So, my friend, are you ready? This journey does not ask you to be perfect. It only asks you to take a step forward. Think back to my story. That invisible rope once tied me down, but the lesson became the torch, lighting the way for generations of my students. And today, I want that torch to be passed to you. I challenge you, choose one of the seeds we planted today. A thoughtful question, a sincere compliment, or even just a warm smile, and plant it in your next conversation. Be the conductor of your own life's story. Do not let fear tie you down ever again. If what I have shared touched your heart, leave a comment and tell me your story. I am here to listen. And if you want to explore more meaningful journeys with me, do not forget to subscribe to Aurora English Echo and turn on notifications so we do not miss each other. Thank you for being with me today. Keep practicing, keep shining, and never stop believing in yourself. See you next time.